Hey guys, this is Nicole Orcutt, your Farmers Market Coordinator, and I'm just wanting to do a brief presentation about our Farmers Market in hopes to answer a couple of questions that have been coming up recently. To start, I wanted to go over the vendor application, and this is so simple that I was able to do it from my phone so that you all can see. We just log into baparks.org, which will take us to our city page for Parks and Recreation. And from there, we'll hit Jump to Subpage and down to the Farmers Market, and then Application. On this, you can see How Do I Become a Vendor, which goes over our rules and regulations as well as different guidelines, or you can scroll on down to Vendor Application. Once there, we just answer a couple simple questions, whether they're a returning vendor, what type of vendor they are, and then their personal information. We scroll on down to Market Notification and Dates, and then continue on whether they're going to be full season or partial, whether they need electric, or their booth preferences. We then go over licensing and sales tax permits, and then a brief description of the products that we expect to be at our market. And then from there, our vendors fill out an application that go through each fruits, vegetables, and other products that they plan on having at the market specifically. We go on down to our craft vendors as well as our service vendors, and just kind of go over what they plan on having. That 20% of our market sales can come from craft, and then just what they plan on bringing to the market. We then scroll down to what to expect at our market, which is kind of just a brief presentation of some of the rules and regulations that we expect everyone to abide by. And then they include their tax commissions, permits, driver's license, and so forth. Just to go over what OKGrown and a Made in Oklahoma market mean, Oklahoma Department of Agriculture, Food, and Forestry requires that 100% of the fresh produce sold at the market must be grown and raised in Oklahoma. All processed items are required to be processed in Oklahoma and, when possible, include Oklahoma ingredients as well. Individual markets have the ability to set the percent of products that can be resold. For example, our market allows up to 30% of products to be resold. And the Oklahoma Department of Food and Forestry requires that a maximum of 20% of market sales come from craft items. And then just the overall golden rule is that the final product must be grown or made in Oklahoma. To ensure that everything is grown and made in Oklahoma, we do farm and business visitations. So we take that application that we talked about previously and all the things that they said they were planning on selling, and we take that to their farm and make sure that that's what's actually being grown. And if there's any discrepancies, then we tell them that they cannot have that at the following markets. This is an example of a vendor map, and this goes over the booth preferences, and we have an annual meeting every year so that the vendors know what to expect at the market. And for the 2020 season, we have accepted 52 vendors, 27 of those being produce, 14 food-related vendors, and 11 craft. And just to briefly go over this, just because there is 52 vendors accepted does not mean all 52 will be there. As we talked about previously, our vendors fill out whether they are full season or partial season, and that also depends on what is being grown or how well it was grown for this season. So there might be some markets where you'll see 40 vendors and others that there'll only be 22, and that just kind of depends on how the growing season, harvesting season, and who's able to make it. On the right side of the screen, you'll see that we offer live entertainment for every market from 9 a.m. to noon. We do rotate food trucks out, and we also offer a free educational booth for those that want to be able to put their information out there regarding health, fitness, gardening, landscaping, and such forth. Just to go over our virtual map, I know there was a lot of questions about this, so I did another video. Yet again, we log on to baparks.org. And from there, we go back to the farmers market page. And then we go on down and click to our farmers market map. Now, though this map does not allow you to actually shop from the page, you'll be able to scroll in and you can see where everyone is placed within the market. And then, for example, I can go over to Vine and Branch, or I can click for more details and scroll through all of the applicants. And then once you find one that you're looking for, you can click on them specifically, click again for details, and then you can read all about them, see their pictures, or you can swipe right or left to further go through all the other vendors. You can also scroll up to see what products they offer, and just kind of keep going through to see all the different vendors that we have. Every Thursday, we do a newsletter. For those that want to join, they can click Join My List on Facebook. And just for a quick look at what one looks like, this one is from our Father's Day weekend, where we go through and we put all the sale info from each vendor on there, what is new at the market, the entertainment that's going to be there, as well as the food truck, and what to expect for the weather update. Our social media, just as a brief description of that, our Rose District Farmers Market has almost 12,000 followers now. We do live videos and vendor spotlights, and we also have a brand new Instagram account with 300 followers. But of course, for more information on anything, you can always go to baparks.org. And then my contact information for anyone that has any questions about the market or needs further help with how to become a vendor, you can always contact me. But my office number is 918-259-7000 extension 7421. And then of course my email is here too as well. And I thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you at the market soon.